Hey everybody, welcome back to another video on the channel. If you're new here, my name is Mike. Welcome back to all new and returning subscribers. Welcome. To start off today, I'm going to be talking to you about the consequences of being around a covert narcissist, or being a covert narcissist for that matter. If you find this to be relatable, helpful, or if this resonates with you in any way, shape, or form, please give this video a like, smash the thumbs up. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Comment your thoughts and opinions and wisdom down below. I'd really genuinely love to hear your feedback, any and all feedback, and please subscribe. That's very important. Hit that subscribe button. Helps us grow this channel and our movement entirely. Thank you all. So let's just get into it. Now, unlike coverts, the overts that I like to start off with, the overts have no qualms, worrying about, what other people think of them or what they may be perceived as. Just like any other narcissist, they could be perceived as weak or manipulative, or, some of these things are objectively true. They're manipulative, they're rageful, they're angry, they're bitter. They're sad inside that they can never get what they want. They are just creatures that can never be satiated. But the overt ones, unlike the coverts, they don't have any problems whatsoever hiding their narcissism. Now, with that said, I'm just gonna get into what the covert narcissists, what they do, in contrast to the overts. You see, unlike the overt narcissists, the covert ones, they are quiet, they are shy, they're like a stealthy snake, hiding up in the tree for their prey, so that when that bird or whatever flies onto that branch, and that bird meaning or symbolizing like the source of supply, or you, or any other empath, anything that, or anyone that could be useful to the narcissist, these people, or these creatures, will wait in that tree branch, waiting for that prey. And once that prey comes along, when it's opportunistic for the narcissist, when it's okay for the snake to do it, the narcissistic creature will bite, and they'll clench on to that prey, and they'll swallow it whole for its sources, for its benefits, for its anything and everything that they got. The narcissist could not get enough of that prey because they live off that prey. Now, with all that said, with that analogy all said and done now, it's important to note that you are no prey, and you got a lot more going for you than the narcissist. You see, you got your brains, you got your sense of self. You don't rely on other people for artificial validation. You don't seek ill will upon people, I should say. You don't wish ill will upon other people, or you don't just give on to people without a reason, or without some, I don't want to say trust issues, but you vet people much more closely. I'll say that. You do vet people much more closely. Now, the coverts, they are very shy. They will open up to you in the beginning, express about, oh, look what I found, a needle in the haystack, or a diamond in the rough. I've just struck gold. Maybe that's what you thought too. I know that's what you thought, but I'm talking about the covert narcissist, because it's not that they're looking for people to be with for long term. The narcissist can't hold down a long-term relationship, you see. They can only hold on to whatever that source of supply is willing to tolerate for so long, whether it be months or mere weeks or years on end. Worst case scenario. But the covert narcissist, they will have no qualms siphoning out other people's resources and other people's time, and for what they're worth, and for what they do have, their dignity, their happiness, everything like that. But you know, and you got a lot much more going for you. You are not a parasitic person. You are not one to clench onto other people, you know, for who or what they are, for any other motive other than, wow, I really do see the genuinity in this person. No, the narcissist does not think like that. They only see people as things, as sources. And the coverts are no exception, especially in this era of social media and dating apps, and that's all a narcissist playground, including the covert ones. When they think that they strike gold with you, that's their opportunity to go in, all in on you and test you, and, you know, have you go through all the trials and the tribulations to get on their good side, and they can sell you this false story, a future faking. Oh yeah, I'd like a long-term relationship, or I'd like a real man or woman to do this or to do that, or to say this or do that, or that, whatever's going through their sick little twisted minds of mush. They don't care. Just like, you know, with any other narcissist, they will just use sources of supply up to no avail. And you thought in the beginning that this person was like-minded, because they weren't being narcissistic in the beginning, were they? They wanted to get on your good side, so they were all smiles, they were all fake grins all around. They wanted to say and do anything that will get you onto their good side. Like, oh, I like this kind of sport, or I like this team, or I like this side, or I like this, or I like that, and blah, 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 or this kind of food. Well, when push comes to shove, when you offer a narcissist out, like, hey, it's Friday night, you know, my paycheck's a little extra this week, you know, why don't we go to this, you know, restaurant which serves such and such food that the narcissist claimed to have liked, or an event that they would otherwise go to, but they shut it down because either A, because they don't like that particular food or that particular thing, or they just don't want to do it with you. They just don't want to have that, you know, slice of the pie with you at dinner time. They just don't want to have that glass of champagne with you at dinner time, or they don't want to do this with you, or even have a glass of sparkling water, or this or that, you know. That's what I'm talking about. And when they say they're not political, they're not religious, well, you know, it's usually the opposite. When a narcissist says that they're not political, they're not religious, they are. And then when they say that they are religious or they are political, they are not, you know. So, in other words, just use those two examples alone, there's just no convincing a narcissist to be authentic. No matter how many attempts you try to pry out of them, like a dentist without any Novocaine, the covert narcissist will always have a scheme up their sleeve, okay? They don't care. All they care about is what they can get out of you, short-term or long-term, and for as long as they can bear. I mean, depends on the narcissist in general, you know. Some can bear a few weeks or a few months, some can bear years, maybe until you guys are officially married, and then when on your honeymoon. I hear about this stuff all the time. That's when the covert narcissists start revealing their true colors, like when the ring is slipped on the finger, when you walk down that aisle, when the wedding reception happens. That's supply in itself. The covert will have a scheme up their sleeve to test you, to try you, and manipulate you, and to get you on a bad side. Not just on their bad side, but I just mean that They will try to push your buttons no matter what have you. No matter what have you. Even if you're doing everything right, you do everything for the narcissist. You don't just put words with words. You put actions with words. Okay? You do your part of the bargain, which any narcissist cannot do, let alone this covert one, because they never want to authentically go out, be themselves at work or through school or through school meetings. You know, they put a smile and a front for the teacher, but when the doors are closed, you know, they really have a whole different persona, I'll tell you that. Or once they get off that conference call or something along those lines, or even if they don't even have a job at all, or no career path or no path in life whatsoever, well, what will they do? They'll just act like they're holier than thou, or they'll put on a front, say that they're doing something when they're not, like something that's actually, like when they say that they're not busy and then they suddenly are busy. You know, this is the kind of antics that the narcissists, the coverts, pull at every twist and turn on this path. And it's not incumbent on you to change somebody who cannot be fixed. You know, just think about that for a second. Let that one sink in. Because, you know, you can try to argue with a brick wall. You can try to reason with paint drying all you want in this life, but a covert narcissist is impossible to fix. Believe me. Believe me. Because even when, in the beginning, when they, you know, in stage 1, or even in stage 2, when they were breadcrumbing you along that path just to get you to stick around for just a little bit more, until they could just toss you aside for good. Either during stage 1 or 2, the honeymoon and the devaluation stage, they were not being their authentic selves. Their only authenticity is inauthenticity. Play that again. Their only authenticity is their inauthenticity. They don't have any authentic traits. They cannot stay true to their word or to their actions. They cannot just be themselves, because they don't know what it's like to be themselves. Period. Dot. End of story. Before I wrapped up this video, I think I've said what there is to be said about narcissists, covert ones, that they seek artificial validation through online, over the phone. You know, do I look good in this? Or, you know, how's my little TikTok dance going along? You know, they'll seek little artificial bits like that. And then when you try to call, like, about something important, or try to, you know, help them with something important, you know, they'll just treat you like you're nothing. Like, out of their 1,000 fake followers, they always have to have somebody they just treat like absolute dung. Like absolute shite. And that is intolerable. That is inexcusable. A real couple, even if they were not on the best of terms, they would be able to communicate that and explain and work it out accordingly. But the covert narcissist is never open and honest. They will never say sorry. They will never even take accountability for what they may or not have done. As I always say, there's not much to be said about these creatures, other than they're the quiet narcissists, as I'd like to say. They're the shy guys, or the shy types. They will patiently wait up into that tree branch, as I alluded to in the past analogy. They're just a waiting snake in the grass. They'll just strike, and they'll move on to the next creature, that next prey, or that next prey, or that next source of supply, or that next source of supply. They just don't care about anyone or anything but themselves. And what they don't know, the coverts don't know, is that they're aging like spoiled milk, inside and out. You know, I'm not saying this to be ageist. I'm saying this to be realistic. They think that time is on their side. Well, it's not, because they've wasted most of their good years away. Whatever those are, you know, it's totally subjective. It's totally case-by-case basis, but it takes a lot for anyone to pull themselves back together, and the narcissist doesn't want to get themselves back together, including the coverts, because they're always inside hiding, or they're always, you know, they always got a scheme up their sleeve. You know, they think that their past antics will always work for them, when they, in fact, don't. They want their charm, they want their charisma, they want, you know, feelings and emotions to play a part and control their future, perhaps by putting on a fake filter, by putting on a fake smile, that they will secretly dupe somebody or someone or something, that they'll have their way. Guess what? It doesn't always work like that. It does not work like that in this life. You have to earn it through some way. And being inauthentic does not cut the cake. It does not, covert narcissists, okay? So before I close out this video, I just want to leave you with this. Be careful, because not everyone who smiles at you in this life is your friend, or, you know, has your best interests at heart. You know, just take that into account. Just because they say, oh, I'm not like that, or, you know, we're not like that, we're all like family here, like, or something like that, you know, doesn't mean that they're not bullshitters. It does not mean that they're not bullshitters when they tell you that all is fine and dandy. You have to find it out yourself. You have to do your, not detective work, not to be, you know, like up somebody's behind, but you really have to, how should I word this? You gotta be vigilant. That's what I'm looking for, the terminology. You want to be vigilant. You want to be on your toes. And you want to make sure that this never happens to you again, if it already had. Now, that's all about I have to say for today, guys. If you find this video to be helpful, again, please like, comment, and subscribe. Again, leave your thoughts in the comments section. I thank you all. This is Mike tuning in. Love you all. I'm signing out now. God bless you. Take care. Goodbye.